Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's clear. But can
Oh,
you make it in
yes,
full
yes.
screen?
Okay, so it's now full screen. Okay,
Yeah.
so today yeah, before thank you for the introduction, Mas Angga. So I am a workmate with Mas Angga and I I must to do this. I'm a so I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Abian Hilmi Rafi. You can call me Hilmi. Like currently, I work in a non-governmental organization based in Jakarta. Today, I will bring this topic discussion. Uh, when one voice becomes many, the power of collective action to drive change. So, this topic doesn't have a relation with my current job. I just have recent concern um, about the events that happened lately, like the May Day that happens like 3 days ago, and some protests that going all over the world. And yes, this came out to my mind. This topic came out to my mind, and something like that. Okay. So I was I'm a football fans, and I know some of football news that spread over the world, and some news like European footballs. I remember them, and this is what stuck in my memories for a long time. Like this this story um was uploaded like 12 years ago, and like there's a fans that demand or protest the owner of Manchester City. If you know, Manchester City is a football club based in England. Demand the club owner to not to sack their manager, which is who is Robert Mancini. I know maybe his reason like just Roberto Mancini bring the first English Premier League title in like 44 years for Manchester City, and so, and maybe this fans is like really concerning about uh, the owner of the club sacking this phenomenal manager. And and yes, he's, I mean, like he's alone sounding up his concern. And then last year they a fan meeting ticket price in Jakarta was too expensive, and fan is fan was protesting about that. I didn't know how expensive is that, but if the fans have protests like this, I know that this ticket must be so expensive, something like that. So what I want to discuss is, first of all, what is individual action? Individual action refers to the action taken by one individual person, acting based on his or her personal decision. Voting, boycotting, posting, uh, in this time, like the social media time, posting like in Instagram or Twitter or TikTok can be an individual action. And protesting like showed by Manchester City fans earlier is like in individual action. Um, Voting can be an individual action because uh, if the country really have the principle of the secrecy of the voting, our voice will be very matters, and this voice is really individual. And then there is a collective action. As we know, collective action refers to the action taken by a collection or group of people acting based on a collective decision. Protest, campaign, community efforts are categorized as a collective action. Um, some protests that happened lately in Indonesia and is categorized as a collective action. Earlier I said about boycotting, which was categorized as um what is it individual action, but boycotting can be categorized as a collective action when it's done by coordinated. So this is some of the example of uh protest or collective action that can make a change. Like there is Real Madrid fans that protest against Israel ahead of Real Madrid Maccabi Tel Aviv game. This is a European Basketball Champions League, if I'm not wrong. So the Maccabi Tel Aviv is an Israeli-based team that it comes to Real Madrid, and that comes to Madrid, Spain. And Real Madrid fans are furious about this because yes, what happened currently in Palestine and the genocide, something like that. And also the Indonesia Gelap Order Indonesia protest against Prabowo, which is, yes, as we know, it's like spreading a lot of in a lot of city in Indonesia. Okay, so my first question to you guys all: who or what do you support the most? Football team, a band, or perhaps even your country's government? Um, and the follow-up question: how do you usually react when the group of persons you support makes a controversial decision? Okay, maybe anyone want to raise their hand?
Mas Hilmi, if anyone is raising their hand, you can actually choose one of them,
Okay, yeah,
including me.
okay, yeah. You can. Is there anyone raise their hand?
Not yet, but I can try.
Okay. Hey, you can answer this question, Mr. Angga.
Yep. Thank you, Mas Hilmi. Frankly speaking, I'm quite confused in choosing one of these options you are providing us here, whether it's a football team, a band, or even your country's government. But if I could choose, I would choose a football team probably. Yes. And then the question is, how do you usually react when the group or person you support makes a controversial decision? Well, for me, I support someone or something not because of their identity, but because of what they are fighting for. For instance, in the case of a football team, I support them because they're playing well. They're the best team so far, in my opinion. So when they're making mistakes or committing controversial decision, I would criticize them. I would probably not support them anymore because they're already maybe doing something that I don't like in the beginning. Yes, I think that's my reaction when I come across with this kind of situation. Thank you, Kayoni, for giving
I'm
that.
sorry, may I know what football team do you support?
It's a tough question because I have not followed football games or competitions for quite a while, but I used to support AC Milan and Barcelona,
Okay.
but not really at the moment because I don't really join football games so far.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for the answer, Mr. Rangga. And yeah, this is um for me. I supported Real Madrid, so we gonna like have a rivalry like that. And recently Real Madrid had, or maybe the coach or the board of the Real Madrid made I think it's like worst decision. I mean, like their decision is not very good and resulting in bad games, bad result, and and I'm as a fans and really um yeah, it's triggered me to be angry because we as football fans wants to be entertained by the football team. I don't care how the team play, but I mean I want to be entertained by them. But if they cannot entertain in terms of tactical play or football plays, or maybe uh they cannot afford to get any title in this season, I will be angry also. I raise my concern, and yes, I'm not comfortable with my team doesn't get any title in this season. So maybe anyone want to answer this question? Okay, there's this Miss Sia. You can answer this question.
Okay, thank you for the time. Actually, this is a um, complicated, yeah, for me, yeah, because I if I have to choose, actually I have um sport team that I really want to support, but um I will choose a band because I am a K-pop first. So that's why I think if I have to choose a who or what do you support the most, I think I think it's my interest in K-pop. I used to love maybe this the biggest boy band in the Korea. It's Bangtan Sonyeondan or BTS, and I also support a K band like Lucy. Maybe do you do, not all people know it, but yeah. To be honest, I will choose a band rather than a football or a country's government. If maybe this is so unique because you used to uh put like Korean pop in your material in here. And yeah, especially about ticketing, about concert, it's really a cup of a tea of a K-pop. It's like a things of a K-popers. Mm, as you know, like in K-pop, idolizing is really important, and maybe all the members or the team also like boy band has maybe ever did um controversial decision. So it's really complicated for me because if my favorite band doing a controversial decision, I would like to make a choice kind of like if they did negative impact for others, I will not to support him again and maybe cancel it. But if he or my favorite members of band did not prove to doing a controversial decision, I will support them to still cheering up. Kind of like that, maybe. Thank you, Mr. Hilmi.
Thank you for the answer. Yes. So to answer Mr. Angga concerns about this this question maybe make some people confused because I offer this option because not everyone support a football team, or not everyone support a band or a boy band, or we call it, and not everyone support even their government, something like that. So I I give you the freedom, like whatever you support, you can answer. Oh, this is Mr. Sani want to answer this question. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much for the floor. I couldn't disagree uh, with everyone's opinion, but I think I need to support the governments. When I'm about to put my veto on this, Mr. Ranga wrote something that I supposed to say. I believe that we need to support an entity that provides a direct impact to our life. I don't think football team or a band would bring such how to say true or empowering impact to somebody's life in a whole. I mean, like holistically speaking. Okay, probably they inspire you to become somebody better or to motivate you to get out of your comfort zones. But the country's government regulate every single thing we should have, we should not have in our life. The moment we are born, we are regulated by the system. So I suppose that the governments need our support the most, that we need to support them the most as well. And supporting is not always by literally supporting by it meanings, but I guess it's supposed to be understood in more diverse ways. For example, like by criticizing, by providing them with constructive alternative mechanisms that's supposed to be taken by the government, for example, because despite their efforts to increase the welfare, to improve the economic growth, for example, they probably couldn't see from everyone's POV, and there would be a mismatch or disorder, distrust from the society. And if it is not us, then who else? Okay, if we only vote our support for the football team, a band, I think that's just common people. Extraordinary people support the government. And I don't think, and we know the best that our government is the source of every single controversial decision. Every opinion is being corrected. Every decision said being manipulated and then revised, revamped, updated, and of course the process of policy designs, policy making is after several stages in the process, right? So we couldn't deny that every controversial decision uh, is always happening, and it's inevitable. So I would say we're going to keep being open-minded while at the same time being mindful with every single mistake that need to be corrected, okay, and to be need to receive some feedback from us, the government, from society, regardless of our position in our life, whether we are students, we are teachers, we are staffs, or any others. We should provide full support to governments in positive or negative way whatsoever. Thank you.
Okay. I'm I'm a little bit disagree about what you said. A football team or a band doesn't really affect our life and something like that. Yes, maybe it's true, but our presence alone really affect them. I mean, like, what makes Real Madrid team big is their fan base. What make let me say Blackpink big is their fan base, and the fan base can generate economic growth for selling merchandise and something like that. And yes, if I I want to when I support Real Madrid because this is like mm, I support Real Madrid by buying their shirt. If their shirt is getting expensive, and then it's really concerning. Yeah, and yeah, that's yeah, will affect the fan base also. Okay. There are other other people want to answer this question. Maybe first, from Mortar, Mr. Mortar. Yeah, you can open your mic.
Hello, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
All
Can
right.
you raise your voice?
Okay. Am I louder? How's now?
Okay, okay, it's enough.
Mm, okay. Honestly, who do I support the most? Uh, Easy. Myself. Sorry to be to begin with, but I've seen anyone here answering about who's they're choosing and who's gonna impact their lives wholeheartedly. Well, honestly, I support none. I know that it's gonna impact directly or indirectly to somebody's life or by whole a clusters effect to society, especially like when Mr. Helmi mentioned about the how the those fans indirectly uh, affect the economic growth and so on and so far. I mean, sure, I love a good football match. I've got a few bands on repeat, those Korean groups, and I definitely stay informed about my country's leadership, especially the government, or how the hell they change the whole mechanisms and every single ministry that they have every single 5 years. But at the end of the day, teams lose, you know, all the bands break, and the government switch every 5 years. So I'm the only one who's in it with myself for my whole life. I know that, okay, but let's just assume that I'm gonna support any of them, right? But if someone or a group or a cluster of people that I observe, I don't want to say support because that really requires, you know, my respect. It needs to be earned if I need to support something. So, and the bar is really high. So let's just assume that I support any of them. And then they make a controversial decision. And for me personally, as I echo Mr. Anga's opinion about how I support more about their arts, their craft, or what they've done to the society rather on a personal being, because a lot of people are trying to get attached on somebody's or on a cluster of people's uh, themselves, like how they're attached with the K-pop or how they attach with the foot player. So that's the reason why when they lose or when they created a certain things, they're getting mad. They're doing a lot of things they are not supposed to do. That's exactly how we've seen a lot of football teams or football supporters are doing manipulation, even was a debate, dispute, even do some crimes, burning the bands, and so on and so forth. Even on the end of the K-pop, bands as well. The fandoms are sometimes crazy enough to support, even though they're making mistakes. So again, I think I'm not gonna jump on that outrage bandwagon and take a step back and ask, what that decision truly harmful for me and my in the society. So there's a huge big difference between listening, watching those people who create impact in society rather than just, you know, support them in person. So I don't want to get emotional, Mr. Hilmi. And, supporting and putting your heart out of that particular people, it gets emotional if if they create something that you don't follow or exactly what you're expecting them. So that's my
No.
opinion.
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit disagree, but yeah,
Totally
I
fine.
get really emotional with my team losing or something like that because I don't have I mean like my obsession level is so low that I'm not cry. I will not cry if my team is losing or something like that because I know this is just a football team. They can lose. Yes. Yeah. And it's like you said. But what I want to discuss here is like how do we react when it doesn't goes like what we expect and something like that. Next one with Miss Dia, please. You can open your
Okay,
mic.
thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Hilmi. Uh, I have the same statement with Miss Yia. If I could choose, I choose a band. But if they make a controversial decision, I would like to consider wise decision by seeing the advantage and disadvantage from Flood's point of view, and probably not to following them slowly. It's the same thing with Mr. Angga said before, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's my tip. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Miss Dia. Okay, anyone want to answer this question? Maybe I I thought that Miss Adinda here raised your hand earlier. You want still answer the question? Miss Adinda, can you hear me?
Yeah, maybe yeah. If I could answer like um what what will I choose? Maybe I will choose like country's government because I'm a football fans and also I like music, but I'm not supporting like specific band. So yeah, maybe I will choose country's government. And how do I react? How do I usually react when the country's government make a controversial decisions? Maybe I will do research the issue from multiple viewpoints before forming an opinion. I believe it's important to understand the fact before reacting emotionally. And also, yeah, I stay loyal, but I don't blindly agree with everything. If a decision seems wrong, yeah, maybe the public feedback can lead to change. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, I was just read the chat group, the chat room, and I talk about what Mr. Sanya said earlier, but we should support our government. Yes, I do agree about that because we are a taxpayer. We pay them their salary, which is their salary is based on our tax, and yes, we should be uncomfortable they making when they make a controversial decision and something like that. Maybe to the next discussion. So there are a lot of event going on about genocide in Palestine. Hope the genocide is going to end. And this is some action that doesn't include in previous question. I mean, like this Japanese man's uh concerning about what happened in Gaza, but so what I want to say is what do you support is not just like a football team, a band, or a government. It can be a movement, and a free Palestine movement is one of them. So individual action can transform into a collective action when a group of people sharing a common goal or concern coordinate their efforts to achieve a desired outcome. This often involves individuals taking action independently, but then uniting to amplify their impact, such as through social movements, campaign, or community initiative. Um, so yes, this story came from Japan when which one man that weekly protests at Israeli embassy, and then the protest is getting bigger and bigger because of the genocide is going on. So this man is like really increasing awareness, at least at the local area in that in the local area around the embassy. And yes, this action is getting bigger and bigger. Okay. I'm sorry. So there is also a challenge on taking action. I mean, action by saying action is like sharing your concern, or yes, there is like fear, apathy, risk, and digital noise. So I had the I had this story. This today I had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Basuki Hadimulyo. I forgot his name. The head of IKN, previously the Minister of Public Housing. Um, I'm well. We are concerned about the ongoing situation on Ibu Kota Nusantara or IKN and something like that. But and I really want to ask him about that question, but I didn't take it because I first of all I yes, there is a risk of uh if I ask about that, I mean like maybe I will get tagged or something like that. uh yes, it yeah, I fear if I get tagged and maybe my I will lose my job. Yes, there is also a risk, and I didn't bring enough data to criticize him, and so I I didn't take the chance to have a chat with him. Yes, because there's a risk, something like that. Okay, open question again. What are small but meaningful action individuals can take to start change in their communities? This action can so like the example that I showed you before, like boycotting product, something like that. What do you think of small action but meaningful action? Anyone want to answer this question?
You may call someone, one of us here, it's okay.
Okay. Hmm. Do I want to call? Um. Oh, Miss Angga, you can answer this first.
Why me again? All right. Let me think. Um, when I was listening to your presentation earlier, it reminded me of what's happened with Aksi Kamisan or Kamisan Action in Jakarta, Indonesia, that spread across Indonesia for a couple of years. In the past, that small action was only organized by few people, including Bu Sumarsi, the main organizer or the founder of this action to demand the like human rights violation in Indonesia will should or uh, must be uh, must be done or accomplished. Yeah, it was only small in the past, but because of their consistency, their courage, their systematic work that they did independently and routinely every week, more and more people um, were encouraged to do the same, to demand progress in the form of human rights. For example, like the generals, armies of Indonesia that have committed human rights violation in the past should be punished, and should not be put in government, and so on and so forth. And as I know, it's now spread across Indonesia. Many Indonesian people and regions also uh, emulate what has been done by Ibu Sumarsi in Jakarta. There's a lot of examples. Another example could be in the climate change issue, Greta Thunberg. If some people might know her, a few years ago when she was still 13 years old, she was protesting in front of I don't know, I forget the office's name, but it's a government office. She was protesting against the like climate policies done by the government to be more progressive. Uh, say the like the government must stop the collaboration with the fossil fuel companies that push the climate crisis like even more severe. Like it was I think 2017, if I'm not mistaken, and it was getting bigger and bigger until 2019. Greta Thunberg successfully coordinated on and organized international, I could say, solidarity and mass actions done mostly by younger generations, and spread across the globe, especially in the West, in the Western countries, and done by like the junior high school students and high school students. Well, that's just some of the examples how a small action could actually spread, as long as you can keep your consistency, your patience. Because I know that like earlier they were criticized by the people, by their own people. They were mocked. I think by the people as well. Why you do this? Why you did this? There's only few people. You're the only ones doing this. Other people or most of people even don't care about this. But as time went by, the awareness, the consciousness of the people changed, right? Because of their consistency, and also supported by the crisis happening, because what they have done was actually correct. Uh, well, yeah, that's my point. I hope you guys can take. It's about consistency. It's about your patience and your courage of what you believe. Thank you, Mas Gilbert.
Okay, thank you. It's really clear from you. Consistency, encouragement, raising awareness. Yeah. Okay, maybe next, Miss Diam want to answer this question.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Hilmi. Small but meaningful actions, I guess we can use at your feature on Instagram. So it can be to start the change we can join as a participant directly to help to speak out. But the essential things, just be wise to sharing the actual information, or it's just hoax. Yeah, it is paramount to cross check to the trusted media. Yeah, that's my opinion, to use at yours feature on Instagram.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dia. That's it's a very good answer. I mean, like in the social media era, it's like there is a good thing and it's bad thing. The good thing is we can share our opinion just from our phone, and the bad thing is we should always check the fact. Yes, and yes, our I worry that if we raise our concern, but it doesn't based on fact or data, it will strike back to us. And yes, we need to be careful about that. Okay, maybe anyone again want to answer this question? Maybe I will choose one of you. Miss or Mr. Nokhan here. We want to answer this question. Can you open your mic? Mr. or Miss Nokhan. Hello, Mr. Nokhan. Maybe away from keyboard. Okay, maybe Miss Henny here want to answer the question.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much for this great opportunity. Okay, may I know about what types of communities here, sir? As an example, for example, there are many types of communities that we know that education, entrepreneurship, or management. Let's say that I would like to say an example of education communities. Yeah.
Or maybe you can start with your, if you're in college, you can start if you're in college community, or if you're working, you can start in your working communities.
Okay. I will try to take an example like learning English communities. Yeah, this is based on my experience where I have to take a small action how to make everybody knows about this group. The first thing we have to do is we have to spread out the information about this group. So you can start from the social media, yeah, to know about your group, yeah, what types of communities and what you have to do in the communities. It means that you have to build positive vibes of your group, so everybody can know about your group. It means that we have to introduce about types of this group, yeah, and the goal and the purpose, like a purpose or the action, yeah, what you have to do. You have to be active in this group. Once you join in this group, it means that you have to be active, and there are some regulation that you have to follow about our group, yeah. Next, maybe if in this group, yeah, let's say that this group is not really active for you and it's a bit silent, so you can be a volunteer or be a mentor to this group to make positive side, yeah, or positive situation in this group. You can share some information. You can make them to be active, to practice their English, yeah, by singing or by spreading some issues or hot topic that's well known nowadays. Yeah. And the third, maybe you can promote or tell not only in local but international group, so everyone can welcome to your group. Yeah. You can make like a private meeting or with your group, can be face-to-face meeting or online meeting, so everyone knows about their condition, because once you meet them face-to-face or online meeting, you will know the characters of your group. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Angga, you get suggestion from the Miss Henny here for yes, make the group not. Yeah. Okay, thank you for your answer, Miss Henny. Okay, earlier I mentioned about the challenge that we will face when we raise our concern. So I want to ask you, have you ever share your concern to anyone or anything? And what challenge did you face? Anyone want to answer this question?
There are some people who just joined our discussion, like Livia, Nohan. Probably you may call some of them, Mas Hilmi. I believe everybody has good ideas, but they're just shy to start.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Olivia. Miss Olivia, do you want to answer this question? Miss Olivia? Hello, Miss Olivia. Okay, no answer. Or maybe Mr. Sunny want to answer this question.
Sure.
Earlier you said about supporting your government. Have you ever shared your concern with your government?
mhm. Yeah, I think it's almost is it's something that beyond our control. Yeah, for example, like the misconceptions happening, because whenever we want to share our concern, um, the circumstance might be different in that case. For example, if we would like to talk heart to heart with some people, we need to make sure that that we secure a very supportive conditions. For example, we are not in hunger, we are not in angry situation or totally depressed or extremely pleased over something. We need to stay in a balanced situations when we neither too happy, too sad, too angry, or any tendency to particular emotion, or otherwise um, um, the way we communicate something will be perceived as the opposite, and that's something that becomes almost challenge. Yeah, and not everyone has the capacity to become a good listener as well. So sometimes when we decide that, oh, I suppose that this person would be so wise in providing me with some advice, we never knew that uh, apparently they have even more complex problem and do not want to be a good listener for our case, because in their side they've been quite overwhelmed mentally or emotionally. So I suppose this is quite challenging situations, because again, what I taught you before, it's beyond our control to make sure. So something probably that we can put firsthand is by checking out whether or not they are truly available to receive our story emotionally and mentally. Or I mean, like they are ready in both mental and physics. I think um, that's what we need, and that's the first. The second one is that we need to deliver the purpose of the talk. So, for example, it's whether or not we want them to be just listener or someone who can provide feedback or why. Okay, because it's also become a quite interesting topic in Otak weekly discussion before when we challenge the problems of someone who's tell us the story about the challenge they experience. So we challenge the challenge with our challenge in the same case, and it doesn't solve the problem. It complicates. So I suppose it's in personal situation, but I guess working in something related to ministerial, um, there would be the ego, sectoral ego between governmental ministries and and of and of course the idea of professionalism is interpreted in so many ways, and we have different bosses with different expected demands. So I suppose to work this all out so well is another challenge, let alone with our lack of self capacity, lack of self curiosity, lack of mental stability that we need to overcome and improve uh, at the same time during our tenure or contributing a period there. So I suppose we need to bite them one by one, yeah, until we can finally uh, found a good way to resolve everything at once. Yeah, I think that's my comment.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sunshine. Thank you, Mr. Sunshine. Your point is really clear about maybe the the government or who we raise our concerns to have no capacity to listen to our concerning something like that, and we don't get feedback. Yes, we all maybe experience that. Well, okay, maybe anyone want to answer this question?
I can try. Oh, Kak Dea first.
Okay, yes, yeah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I totally agree with Mr. Sunshine's statement before. Probably I would like to add just a little bit. The challenge come from the different point of view, I guess, the different perspective, because we come from various backgrounds and probably they have another priority or job. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Dia. Miss Angga, do you still want to answer this question?
Yes, I would be happy to answer this question. Thank you. Thanks again, Mas Hilmi. Of course, as what's said by the previous speakers, everybody has different perspectives due to their backgrounds, due to their educations, or due to where they're from. For instance, regarding climate change, not everybody believes in climate change, right? Or somebody believes, but because they work in a probably like for fossil fuel companies and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's a challenge in implementing or manifesting what we believe. Well, there are often like denials or refusals by other people when we convey something that they don't believe. That's the challenge. Well, how do I um, respond to this challenge? Yeah, keep being consistent. Again, my point is the same. Well, when we wanted to like convince other people, my suggestion is that try to start with people who have the same or close belief as you. So there will be easier to convince. Let's say younger generation probably they're more open-minded, they're more open to new ideas in terms of anything, including studying English. When you ask younger generation or younger friends to study with you or study different languages with you, they're more open because they're more open to new things. Well, yeah, my advice is to start with the ones who are close with you, your families, your friends, or students who are more open-minded. Well, that's my opinion, Mas Hilmi. Like the concerns, the challenges, and how I manage this situation. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Angga. Okay. To the next content. Earlier, some of you have said about raising your voice through taking individual action to collective action. So this is how forum of voice become a visibility. This one first, word of mouth. I mean, like this kind of that this kind of this option doesn't really expire until now, even when the social media enter our life. Algorithm, yes, algorithm really determine the visibility of our voice. Like, I heard some rumor that our government maybe shadow ban our government shadow ban some of criticism content to government, so we can we can search it on internet and something like that. Yes, and yeah, this can be a challenge from raising our voice to visibility, and also storytelling. Yes, storytelling really can drive the voice to get more visibility and also the mobilization. Um, as like the example that I showed you before about the the one man that always protesting in the one Japanese man that always protesting in front of Israel embassy, and like what Mr. Angga said about uh Mrs. Sunarsi, if I'm not wrong, that always do Kamisan action, aksi Kamisan every week from 2007, and then yes, the mobilization is uh part of from voice to visibility. Okay, okay, to the next question. Which platform or spaces do you trust most to express your opinion or mobilize others, and why? Um, Maybe someone who talks about the social media and forget about. Hmm,
There's Kak Nokan here who hasn't spoken up.
yeah, I asked him or her earlier, but he doesn't open the mic. Mr. or Miss Nokan, can you answer this question? Hello, Mr. Rokan.
He may be away from
Yeah, I
the screen.
think so. Okay, maybe I will point one of you again. Miss Dia, do you want to answer this question? Maybe you can answer this question.
Okay, let me think. What kind of platforms I will choose Instagram or X maybe. It's subjective perspective, but if I choose the TikTok, I would like. I think it just entertain. Yeah, I just it. Thank you.
Can you say your last word? It just what? Miss Dia, can you repeat your last word? I didn't hear your last word. It just
Sorry, I lost my connection. It's entertain. Yeah,
entertain.
my opinion.
Okay, okay. What about the others? Miss Prapti, Miss Prapti, do you want to answer this question? Can you answer this question?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the times. Which platform or spaces do you trust most to express your opinion? Okay, I will trust to share my opinion, to express my opinion when I know the participants. Usually I trust to express my opinion in Zoom discussion, or like now we are doing right now. It means that, but I will select which one that I want to share. I don't want to share like politics because it will be biased, and also I know everyone has own different tendency of or preference of politics. So I will not share about politics to everyone, but because I don't want to build how to say happiness, kebencian, like that. But I prefer to share opinion about knowledge or some viral issues, except politics. Yeah, that's all my opinion. Thank you. And also, oh yeah, sorry. And also, I love to share something that can give some benefit, like how to make money, like building a business. So I love it so much. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Prapti. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Anyone want to answer this question? Maybe one we just joined, Miss Rosa. So for context, we discuss about sharing our opinion, our concern to someone or something, and that this question come up: which platform or space do you trust most to express your opinion or mobilize other, and why?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hilmi. Can you hear me? I mean, is my voice clear?
Yes. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. So basically, I don't really understand about politics actually. Okay, but I think because I'm not using social media too much, I like to use Instagram because on Instagram, I think people likes to talk or discussing about something more what is it, more valuable, yeah, than a TikTok, I think, yeah, so far, because people they're more critical than in the TikToks. And I don't understand about another social media since I'm only using Instagram so far. But I think because Instagram have you can upload videos, photos, and then you can add a caption through there. And I think a lot of people now still using Instagram mostly. So I think it will be great to express your opinion to if you wanna mobilize other people from using Instagram. And then I think these days people likes to consume some things like more a story. How to explain this? Like if you want to move another people, if you want to mobilize others, bring if you want to give your opinion and makes another people move with you, I think it will be great if you give them a story, because people these days really likes uh to see or watch or read stories than what is it, then you express something to the point. If you express something to the point to them, sometimes they don't get it. But if you give them in the what is it, in the frame, I think in the frame of stories, I mean, you give them a videos but it's a story about something, and in the end you give them what's the point that you want to give to them, they will accept it more easily. So I think that's my opinion. Thank you, Mr. Hilmi.
Thank you, Miss. Again. Thank you, Miss Rosa. Okay. Miss Aulia want to answer this question. You can open your mic, please.
Okay, thank you for the chance. For me, platform I trust the most is newspaper. I think this is quite conventional, but I believe the process to publish the news in the newspaper is not easy. Reporter need to go to the real location, reporter need to interview some people, need to take some video, some photo, and then write their news, and then their draft of news need to be reviewed again before their news published in the newspaper. So for me, so far as now, I think I trust newspaper the most. That's for me.
Okay, thank you, Miss Aulia. So, well, I didn't expect the answer from you, Miss Aulia. I mean, like, this in this social media era, and you still trust the newspaper. That's very good. Yeah, maybe in the social media era, we often use social media to express our opinion because it's the closest and it is the easiest way to express our concern. And yes, and anyone can see that. Okay, to the next example. So yes, earlier so the idea of this discussion come up to me when I see this post from Twitter that said, the point is like, there's a woman that forced to remove her hijab by her employees. So this is the question. This is the question that I want to ask. Through what channel can women like her effectively voice their concern about being rejected from jobs due to wearing the hijab? And how can this platform better support such cases? Is it through movement, like feminism or her employees, or just strike to the regulator or our government? I mean, like, if you go through a movement, or it will be called as a collective action. It can be called as collective action. If it strike to employees, it can be called as a individual action. And just strike to the regulator, yes, it is an individual uh individual action. And I don't think it is an the employee will easily accept this concern if she raise this concern individually. I mean, like, she need a support, I think. So what do you think, Mr. Anyone want to answer this question, or maybe Miss Zia?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hilmi. Oh my God, this is so tendencies, I guess, yeah. Um, in my opinion, I think it's really hard for a the I think the girl, yeah, the girl facing this reality. Maybe, yeah, we never know that how struggle she is, and maybe she don't want to take over or take off their identity, but in reality, I really understand that maybe it reals. I think um this this problem is really real. In my opinion, it's not how to help her. I think we have to join a community, kind of like we cannot to uh, move by ourselves because this is um, totally it's about the system. Yeah, I think why she tweeted like this because she want us to help her, maybe her right to get a job without take over her identity, I guess. Yeah. So um I think this we can, I don't know, is it me as a unit my advice or thing, but in my opinion, how to solve this problem is that for we can help her be with make a threat in act on X, because Twitter kind of like in this era so really one of the platform that everything in on X, if it trending, it will get notice or attention by our governments. So in my opinion, she needs our help, or she needs a massive, how to say, massive movements. That's by herself only. That's all, Mr. Hilby.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Miss Zia. Maybe Miss Rosa wants to answer this question. Just open your mic, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hilmi. I think I want to say something about this because actually recently I watching a YouTube videos. I forgot in which country is it, but the cases is a little bit similar, but it's not about the job. It's about a woman with a hijab wanna eat in the restaurant, but the restaurant reject her because she's wearing hijab. But I think in the same cases like this, we need to understand in the first places the reason why the company or the restaurant itself not allowed people with hijab in their places. Because the funny things is, after I watching like a 30 minutes videos on YouTube about the woman complaining about not able to eat in the restaurant because she's wearing hijab, I think it's really, really, really racist in the first places. But when I watch in the end, the reason why the restaurant not allowed hijab woman in their restaurant because a restaurant is serve non-halal food. It's funny. It's like a wasting time actually. So I think we need to understand first why this this woman is rejected or not allowed, not getting the job because she's wearing hijab. What kind of job? What kind of work that she needs to do in the first place? The reasons why the company not allowed women in hijab to work for there. I don't know. Maybe like the first cases that I mentioned before. Maybe the restaurant or the company have their own reasons. For example, like the restaurant itself. The restaurant not allowed women with the hijab eating at their places because they not serve halal food, right? So of course they want to protect this woman because they know, oh, you are a Muslim, you are a Muslimah, so you're not eating non-halal food. You cannot eat here. This is not because I wanna reject you, but because it's not the right places for you. So if it's about the job itself, we need to understand what kind of job is it in the first place. For example, maybe they deserve, maybe the staff, maybe yeah. I think there's a one. Okay. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, there's one hospital. There's some hospital in Indonesia actually not allowed their nurses or their staff not using hijab. Because I'm working at the private hospital and I know that. But they have their reasons to not allow it, the nurses and another staff not wearing hijab to work there. And if you think that you wanna keep your identity, you wanna wearing hijab like me, like everyone else, just move to another job. Trying to find another job that allowed you to wearing hijab. Maybe the company have their own reasons why they actually not letting you to work there. But if the case, if the things that, the question we need to answer, what should she do? Do you think that come to the social media it's the right choices or just straight to the company? I think the first thing that you need to do is just straight to the company or HRD. Why you can ask them directly the reason why you were rejected. Is it because my identity? If it's because my identity, is my identity actually prevent me to do to do my job if I work for you? Maybe you've got the reasons first. So you need to understand why you were rejected in the first place. If you think that it's not fair, if you think that there's racism there, so maybe you can go to the social media
Okay.
to giving your opinion. I think
Okay.
that's it. Thank you so much, Mr. Hilmi.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Rosa. I'm sorry, I need to cut your answer because so from my perspective of this tweet, it's like this woman didn't know that the employee will force her to take off her hijab. So that is the condition. But okay, if a job vacancy is the job vacancy have the requirement not to wear hijab, so maybe it will I don't know, maybe it will be the women that to be concerned of, and this woman doesn't need to apply for this job. Okay, I mean, like if this woman didn't know at the beginning that this job will require her to remove her hijab, this the condition. Yes. And how if this woman are forced? So I mean, like the situation is this woman is being forced, and she need to raise this concern because she has accepted to this role or this job, but she didn't know earlier about the regulation. So yes, I really concerned about your story, Miss Rosa, earlier about the woman who wear hijabi but work on a non-halal restaurant, I mean, like we can agree that it doesn't really make sense. I mean, like I am Muslim and I don't want I don't want also to work at a non-halal restaurant because it will affect me. And yes, the question is in the woman, I think. Okay. 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 So maybe go to the next slides. Yeah. Oh, Miss Henny want to answer this question, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. I would like to give my opinion about this case. Yeah. If you are living or if you are still living in Indonesia, we know that the five principle of Pancasila. Yeah. The five principle of Pancasila. So like social justice to all people in Indonesia, and related to Article 28, Paragraph 1, and Article 29, Paragraph 2. So we have our own right or prerogative right to choose our religion, and I guess that our state or our government guarantee us to worship or to pray based on our religion. Yeah. But even this case, yeah, when you decide to apply to the company, let's say that like a capital company, yeah, they have some rules or regulation before you apply to the job, and make sure that you understand. Let's say that when you are Muslim and you are wearing hijab, the first you apply or when you are accepted or to be hired to the company, they will tell us, yeah, the regulation, and you have to understood their what is that rules, yeah, their rules, yeah. If the rules is what is that not related with your belief or your faith, you can find other jobs, or if the job is not really appropriated for you, it's okay, yeah, as long as we have a skill, yeah. And don't be sad, yeah. I guess if you are in this condition, yeah, it means that hijab lives matter, black life matter, everyone life matter, yeah, in this world. Thank you. That's all from me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Henny. So yes. So talking about raising our concern, sharing our concern to someone or government. Oh, Miss Dia want to answer this, please.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I have similar cases with Miss Ocha. So I have a friend that applied to a company which requires removing hijab, and after the interview, she is failed, even though she is follow the company rules. Yeah, it's deeply regretted. I suppose the platforms better support such cases is support from the feminism community, I guess, or for women. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yes. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yes. Dia said about the raising concern through the movement like feminism. Yes, because feminism is for women movement, and hijab is part of women, like it or not. Hijab is part of women. Yeah, talking about raising our concern or sharing our opinion about something. There is also another way to raise this concern or opinion. So as I earlier mentioned that I work in a non-governmental organization, think tank. The outcome of my organization is to advocate energy transition, and the ultimate goal is reaching net zero by 2050, if I'm not wrong. So there are a lot of ways to share a concern, but this type of channel, like advocacy from NGO, something like that, can make a bigger difference than individual action or usual movement that happen around us. So this advocacy need an evidence, need a research. Advocacy forms policy by influencing decision makers and public opinion to support a particular policy change or initiative. So we advocate the government if so we're talking about energy transition, so we targeting the Ministry of Energy and Ministry of Energy and Material Resources, and we campaign the energy transition in the social media. And these advocates often present evidence, data, and research to support our arguments for policy change. This helps to build credibility and persuade decision makers, because it is really important for it is really important to drive change, because if you're just yapping in social media without some research or evidence based something like that, maybe the government or the one who you share concern with will not, I mean, like will not take your concern, because yeah, it it uh it doesn't have any evidence or doesn't supported by good research. Usually, NGO or association have the ability to drive policy change through the research. Okay, there's some case study in Japan. There is an NGO called Kiko Network. So it's a NGO-led climate policy change. So Kiko Network, established in 1998, environmental NGO in Japan, combating climate change, something like that. What they do is put together expert policy recommendation for climate change prevention, create strategies to tackle climate change at the community level and beyond, and engage in environmental education and training. Okay. In response to the post-Fukushima surge in coal power plant proposal, Kiko Network shift in focus toward grassroots campaigning. Under the leadership of founder, the organization launched a comprehensive campaign involving local communities, scientists, and international experts to oppose coal power project. This initiative led to the cancellation of 50 planned coal-fired power plant in Japan. So yes, it do have the outcome, because it based on research and something like that. So the question is, what lesson can be learned from Kiko Network's approach to grassroots activism and policy influence? Maybe anyone want to answer this? Maybe Mr. Sunshine, I didn't hear your voice for a long time.
He's always there. No, don't worry.
Right. Okay. Can you tell me again, what about this Kiko's network?
So it's a NGO-led climate policy change.
Mm-hmm.
is a environmental NGO dedicated to combating climate change through multi-phase strategies, increasing policy advocacy, grassroots mobilization, and financial activism. You know, ISR, we do the same.
Right. Okay. To the question, please. All right. What lesson learned? I think Indonesia is particularly the governments need this one. Okay, because the mismatch or the 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 less representative policies from the governments applied to society um, has been happening most of the time because of the transparency, the accountability, and um, the lack of grassroots participation. Okay, for example, in one of the cases that's happening, it's like reciprocal tariff. At the time, we did invite a lot of association. For example, for certain HS tariff code. Okay, for example, in the case of udang or something like related to hasil lautan, fisheries. Okay, we invite a lot of associates representing them, representing the communities of their activities, their exporting activities to US, for example. However, we do believe that there are a lot of marginalized groups that are not represented by them. So I think this is something that can be and should be taken as a lesson learned for Indonesia case, where probably they need to evaluate the performance, the representativeness of DPR as the legislative entities representing the society, whether or not they truly vote, they truly provide some approaches that expected by the one they represent from. Okay, because most of the times, like the idea of abolishing DPR had happened before in the era of Gus Dur, where, as a matter of fact, they just how to say is representative of political party leaders representing their interests, their conflicts. So I suppose that's a really big problem and a homework that Indonesia should do, whether or not Indonesia. I believe I don't think that democracy is a bad how is this government system, but I do believe that when it is upheld in more fair way, it will bring stability, justice, and fairness to all of us, because each of the triangle democracy is like supposed to control each other. So there wouldn't be how to say, it's like inappropriacies between when they conducted the duties. Yeah, so I think something brilliant from this Kikos network approach is the way they can communicate or translate into actions the interests and the goals expected by the communities that they defend from. They defend for. I think that's my comment.
Thank you, Mr. Sani. Yes, we live in a democracy country, so we need to regroup, and we need to advocate something like this urgent issue. Maybe you can add something, Mr. Angga. I know that you're working on this.
I didn't plan to give a comment on this, but yes, I can try. I can try to take some lessons. Actually, what you're asking here is really close to what what we've been discussing since the beginning. Also related to my perspective about consistency, about courage, about seriousness in what you believe. Yeah, in regards to the Kikos Network's approach, previously they have made a really clear strategy, right, to drive changes in what they want to bring in their society regarding climate change, for example. So in the earlier, they establish some data, evidence, research that can be published or can be circulated to the society. Then once they've done the research, proper ones, of course, they should spread this. They should spread their ideas, right? Because if their ideas are only circulated among them, these uh, cannot be something serious that can be a thing that can change anything. You know what I mean, right? So it should be
Yes, kind
circulated
of
into the
like echo
society.
chambering. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be spread. Um, it should be understood by a lot of people. That's why they made campaigns, they made like trainings or educational activities
Also
among the
the
people,
grassroots
among the
activism.
grassroots societies, because the people themselves are the ones who actually run the society, right? Without the people,
Yes, yes,
the
yes.
society
Okay.
cannot run. But without the government or without like politicians, the society can still run. So the people are the hearts of the world. Without them, the society cannot run. That's why when we wanted to create change, we have to make our ideas common among the society that they're really affected by the system and also run the system. Yeah, when we are talking about the society, we are talking about the farmers, peasants, laborers that are working in specific companies and so on and so forth. So they're the ones who should be um,
Okay.
educated and should
Yeah,
be
yes. Okay.
moved, should be
Yeah.
encouraged to move and make a change. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Angga. You your answer is pretty clear, and yes, I'm agree with that because we work at the same organization, I guess. Okay. So
Don't
for the
spill the
next
beans,
slide,
Mas Hilmi.
yeah. So next slide is our conclusion, is our discussion conclusion. Conclusion. So we can and should express our opinions. Um, Silence often implies consent, right? We can express them individually or collectively, each with unique strengths. Collective action often amplifies voices like the one like the advocacy from NGOs and like that, and increases the chance of being heard. Advocacy based on credible research and organized effort is more likely to be acknowledged and acted upon by policymakers. Sustained engagement, not just one-time action, just like the commission action mentioned earlier by Mr. Angga, is crucial to driving meaningful change. So maybe just to close our discussion, I'll give back to Mr. Sunny, I guess.
It's
Uh,
me, it's me.
oh, okay, okay. I will give back to you, Mr. Angga. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mas Hilmi, for sharing our discussion. It's been honored to be with you here,
Yeah, the honor is
hearing
mine.
hearing some perspectives, voices by other participants here. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Well, before we end, please don't leave the rooms first because we will do a couple of things in a few minutes. Well, Mas Hilmi, can you please uh, stop sharing, please. Okay, as always, it's just a form of appreciation by us. Yeah.
Thank you
We
very
will
much,
take a
Mr. Angga.
picture, and I'll send this to you, Mas Hilmi. Thank you very much once again for sharing our discussion. Yeah, we normally give this to our moderator. Yeah, just a sign of appreciation, as I said. Well,
Yeah.
let's take a photo with this, Mas Helmi, and everyone, please. Can you open your camera and show us your beautiful and handsome faces? Kak Arifa, Kak Zaini, Mr. GNR, Kak Dea, Zia, Henny. Can you guys
Mr.
please
Galang, please.
show your voice? Galang. Thank you, Kak Arifa. Sunshine. Okay, let me prepare to take photos. Kak Dea.
Dinda, Miss Prapti, Mr. Nokhan, Mr. GNR.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, let's take some photos. One, hold on. 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2. Wait. 3. Okay. All right, I'll share the certificate to you, Mas Hilmi, and then let's take other photos. Okay, with only us here without the certificate. Oh, Kak Galang, can you please open your camera once again? Okay, thank you. Kak Nohan, Jean R. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let me take other photos. Keep smiling. 1, 2, 3. Freestyle. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much, everyone, to come and to attend this discussion and also share your perspectives in this topic. I really appreciate that, and especially to you, Mas Hilmi, once again to share our discussion. And last but not least, when I say Otak community, you guys say, what's that, Mr. Sunshine?
Yesterday, always tomorrow.
Yesterday we said tomorrow. All right, Otak community.
Yesterday,
We say
we
tomorrow.
say
Yesterday we said
tomorrow.
I'll see you guys
Thank
again
you,
next
everyone.
week.
thank you.
Thank you, Salmi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ota.
Bye bye.